deliver consistent high purity products to food.
Last quarter, InvestorStream spoke to RLG, a company that has demonstrated remarkable revenue growth, selling food, health and wellbeing products into high-growth markets. With China reopening, Chief Executive Officer Bryan Carr believes RLG has created a unique competitive advantage in capitalising on this lucrative market. Bryan, thanks for talking with us today. Last year, the company announced that RLG had been appointed by Santander Bank as their partner to China market entry. Given Santander's position as one of the largest banks in the UK, with annual revenues over £5 billion, the importance of this partnership with RLG cannot be overstated. Bryan, how's the relationship progressing following the announcement?
It's progressing very well. Obviously, working with a bank as credible and as well known as Santander is a great win for us. We've just finished off a week of visits and meetings with Santander Group, and we've recently finished a shortlisting of about 34 different companies from the United Kingdom. So, just as Australian companies want to sell into China, we're finding there's an awful lot of UK-based companies that want to enter into that market, and the partnership with Santander works really well. So they're obviously on the ground in the UK. They've got a very good understanding of their customer base, and we're on the ground in China, and we've got a very good understanding of the products which are in demand there. So that partnership is working extremely well, and we're excited by the opportunity ahead now in 2023 in China for those businesses.
Thanks, Bryan. It sounds like a significant opportunity for the company. So in addition to this, RLG has a number of channels that provide the company with both vertical and horizontal market penetration for your products. What are some of the key channels for RLG, and also some of the lesser known ones that the market might not be aware of?
So I think the market would be aware of our traditional business, so whereby we follow a formula for market entry into China, which commences with online marketing, brand building, launching and selling those products online and cross-border. So essentially shopping duty-free online. The next important part of the journey for all of our clients, though, is to assist them with all things that enable them to sell directly to shoppers in China. That means ensuring their trademarks, their labelling, their claims, their products can be imported, they clear customs, all the logistics and warehousing requirements. So that is always the next phase for our client brands, and taking them into getting them on the shelves of mainstream supermarkets such as Aldi and other China equivalent supermarkets. And in the case of food and beverage, getting them into cafes, restaurants, bars all around China. And that's where the combination of digital marketing and brand building with the physical placement works really well. That gives us additionally access to a whole new range of domestic online sales platforms as well, with which we have relationships. And importantly, it's about working with the right distribution channels and partners in China. So we work with a particularly well-established group focused in the beverage space, and we have different partners across different sectors. So the group we're working with has been established and distributing in China for over 130 years. So that's Jebsen Group. And to give you a bit more background or feel for what they do, they introduce and distribute brands into China such as San Pellegrino water, Corona beer, Bollinger champagne, and now our Remedy range of drinks. So, it's a fine pedigree of products and a great reach across China. And that's just one example of the partnerships and relationships that we've built out into China to help our client base.
So there are multiple channels for sales, which is ideal for continued revenue growth. And now with China reopening, COVID and related illnesses have surged, and this has created a flow-on effect to pharmaceutical sales. This has created ideal conditions for RLG to be able to move quickly to strategically leverage this opportunity. Can you tell us more about this, Bryan?
Yeah, the opening of China and the removal of those COVID restrictions December last year was fantastic news. The restrictions and delays, obviously impacted people directly in China, but they affected everyone that was trying to do business and enter into the market. In little ways, it had an impact on us as well. We had instances where we had really strong demand for products, then they couldn't be delivered in that particular region. That's frustrating. Now, Some of the ports were also closed over that period of time, so that affected restocking of products. But all through that, we've still been able to maintain really good levels of sales and revenue. Now, with the lifting of those restrictions, we've seen an immediate pickup and surge in the sale of our health and well-being products for sale in China. So the online pharmaceutical store that we operate with, AFT Pharmaceuticals, they sell the AFT's fever-reducing paracetamol and ibuprofen product Maxigesic, and also vitamin C products. Now, with the opening, the government made all these recommendations about the products that consumers should be using to treat and to prevent COVID, and that's perfect because it was a perfect fit with what we sell. So that was an example of exactly how that change has impacted our business. And like every other country in the world, what we're expecting to see is that post-COVID restrictions, there's been a surge in spending. As consumers go out and buy products and obviously have saved up money during that period. And we're very optimistic that that's going to apply equally to China over the coming year.
It sounds like a very exciting time for the company. Thanks for your time today, Bryan. We look forward to watching how the company continues to progress as China's demand drives many markets back to positive territory.
Very good. Thank you.